Let's take a look, see what we got going on here. So we got the 65 back on the rack today, and we need to fix an issue. It's not really so much an issue, but I had to make this cross member work for the transmission, and it's just dinky. It's not really very strong at all. It's just something that I had to make. Also, it's kind of crooked. All right, well, believe it or not, stifflerS make something that'll work for you first gen guys. All right, so here is your transmission cross member. This will be the one that we're using. It's kind of a universal setup. As you can see, it has these brackets on the ends here. And if you look at this, it looks like it won't work. You see how much bigger this is than the factory cross member. But what it does is it attaches over here for more strength. So this is how it'll work. These brackets attach to the side, and then this attaches inside of that. More like a Fox body. And also remember, stiffler's stuff is adjustable. These rods slide in and out so that you can slide this back and forth to better match up with what you need. Anyway, this is the kit. These are the mounting brackets. So we're gonna be trying it with this cross member. Should work out fine. Also, we have two different mounts here. I think the black one is a GM mount, and they're a little shorter. So I'm not sure which one we'll need. Either way, we'll show you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. If you hear anything, that's Tucker down there breathing. Tut. All right, so all we're gonna do is put just a touch of pressure on the transmission. I'm gonna try to balance this thing out. Okay. So there's our old cross member. This thing, you guys hear that? All right, so we're probably gonna have to change mounts. We'll see though. We'll see if it goes up with that mount. Did we try it with the? Yeah, we tried it with the new cross. Yeah, this transmission mount won't work. So. All right, we got our old mount out, and now we are ready to go back in with the new one.
And don't get frustrated. You're gonna have to take it in and out several times.
So from here, oh yeah. Well, the transmission needs to go up a little higher anyway. So let's go ahead, get the transmission up a little bit more. I think that's gonna be about as far as I'm comfortable going with it. We don't want it on the bottom of the car. Yep, just like that, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but the biggest thing is gonna be keeping it level. So what we'll do is go ahead and pick our spot where we wanna go. It really doesn't matter forward, backward. I guess we can just center it. And then we'll tighten this down right here. So it moves back and forth as well. So what we'll do is just center it up and tighten it down.
It didn't move, I don't think.
It didn't. All right.
Measure.
Yeah. What we're trying to do now is just make sure it's pretty centered. So I'll just go to the red, which is basically 3.5. 3.5. Yep. So we're pretty straight right there. If we leave it right where it's at and put our stuff in, we know our cross member is going to be straight. Now would be a good time to get a pry bar and come in and try to scooch everything over if it needs to be. This should be pretty center. That's something else I want to remind everybody of. Also on this, since this is the GM mount, the problem with it is you can only run one bolt in the center, which it works. That's what was in the Calypso. But if you can get away with not using this, just use the red one. It's just a better mount. Also, we want to try to put our stiffler's drive shaft safety loop in. So you see this is a stiffler's safety loop, and especially since the drive shaft came out on us, we definitely want to try to do this. So this will bolt up. I forgot this actually bolts up underneath this. So we'll go ahead and take this apart and let you guys know if this works as well on a 65, which I think it will, but we'll let you know on that. Give us a few minutes. We'll go ahead and pull all this stuff apart, try to get this on, and then we'll let you guys know if it works or not. So we got it mounted up, as you can see, and what John's doing right now is just going along and scribing some lines on everything, because we're just going to weld these in place. I don't think I'm even going to bother bolting them up. So it looks really straight. Oh, and the drive shaft safety loop worked out perfect, y'all. Look at this. So 65 Mustang drive shaft safety loop from stiffler's out of a Fox body. It all works. So, and this is nice, y'all. Like, to look underneath a 65 Mustang and you see some nice stiffler stuff and some safety components, it makes you feel good. This car's come a long ass way. There's a reason why we're doing this, because as of right now, the drive shaft that's in this car is not the best. I mean, they're not known for being, super robust. We will be going with an Explorer drive shaft though, which will be a 3.5-inch aluminum. So, guys, this looks badass. All we got to do now is weld everything up. Look at this. Everything just fits. Look at this. Perfect. Yeah, you ain't bullshit. I'll be cutting a lot of that out. All right, that's it. Check it out, y'all. 65 Mustang Fastback with a stiffler's transmission cross member and a stiffler's drive shaft safety loop. And there is plenty of room, as you all can see. No issues at all. Well, at least with the current drive shaft, but we have so much room in there. Even with the big drive shaft that's coming, we should have plenty of room in there. So this makes me feel so much better. Now our transmission is secured properly. And also, if this drive shaft does pop out, this should at least save us from being catapulted. So, sweet. That is badass. My mission for some of the first gen guys that are maybe kind of just getting into, the first generation Mustangs, and maybe you got yourself a project and you think, man, I don't know where a 289 is, or, I don't know where all these old school parts are. What I'm trying to do is let you guys know that you can use parts off of a Fox body. You can use the entire drivetrain minus the rear end off of a Fox body. I mean, if you had a 67, you could probably even use a rear end. But for the 65, 66 models, there's so much stuff that will work. All your accessory drives up there on your engine, all that transmission. I don't want you guys sitting on an old project car that you don't know what to do with. It's always a good idea though to pick up the phone and give them a ring if you're unsure. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching.